Hello everyone and welcome to Unconventional GMs, the channel where we try and run sessions in 2 hours or less. Run with vim, vigour, pace, excitement, enthusiasm, all those things. So if you've not been here before, buckle in because it's going to be quite a ride. And also do check out all our other one-shots that we've done. We do mini campaigns, we do one-shots, all kinds of things like that. Tonight we are going to be playing Delta Green, which is a modernist take on the Cthulhu mythos. So if you head over to Art Dream site, we'll put some links up. You can find out what the game's about there. But it's a little bit like Call of Cthulhu, if you've heard of that game. But also a little bit like X-Files. And it's been reprinted recently, updated for a more modern era. Tonight we're going to be playing in 2017 of all years. I know a lot of Atlanta fans like to know what year it is, so I thought I'd put that out there for you. And we're trying something a little bit different tonight in that we've just got 2 players. So in that kind of X-Files, Mulder and Scully kind of fashion, we've just got 2 players. So we'll see how that plays. I think it'll play out well. We'll find out in the next couple of hours. So as well as me being an unconventional gem, as well as co-host of the What Would the Smart Party Do podcast, I will introduce my other half of GMs, Mr. Guy Milner.
Hello, yes, I'm Guy Milner from Unconventional GMs and also the Burn After Running RPG blog and lots of other things as well. Tonight I'm playing Delta Green. I'm playing Dr. George Kamaroff, a forensic psychologist, pathologist rather. Is there a difference? I don't know. I'll find out later on. Obviously, I've done a lot of research for this character, who left medical school, joined the FBI, and has got embroiled in various investigations with Delta Green. Originally with a squad, but latterly, I think just with his partner, just as a 2, as you can see from the screen. George Kamaroff, very much a sort of old school doctor who wanted to be, had high hopes of being a standard sort of passing through the standard sort of GP practice route, but can't stay away from the excitement and additional sort of just additional challenge that being in the FBI brings in. So yeah, that's me.
Lovely. And our other excellent player we have tonight is Tasha.
Hi there, I'm Tasha from Idea Roll. Super excited to be here to get to play Delta Green, which I'm a fan of. And tonight I'll be playing Lucianne Cornwell, special agent whose day job is an FBI special agent, psychologist, psychiatrist, specialist in behavioral analysis. And as she's young, she's confident. She's been digging too deep and discovered something that men were not supposed to know. Afterwards, she was approached by other agents of Delta Green, and she was made a suggestion she could not say no to. So now she's allying forces with Delta Green and continues to dig deeper, but now legit, with some mysterious people supervising her work.
Absolutely. So what you may have gathered from the idea of yours is that Delta Green's kind of a shadowy organisation within the US government. So are they official, are they not? I mean, we don't really know. And maybe or maybe not that will come up during the session. But what tends to happen is they get missions with quite unusual things. A night at the opera, it's called. They get a call from another agent who tells them they need to go and do something. And generally when they do that, they get a cell phone as well with a number on it and saying, real emergency, dial this number and help will come, probably. So we go back in time to a year. It's 2016. We're in Chandler, southeast of Phoenix. It's a hot, sultry evening. And the 2 characters find themselves in a bar. They've just been on a raid with another cell who rang them on that cell phone. You were the help that went. And in the bar with you, it's like a working class, blue collar place, quite rowdy, some kind of rock on the stereo. Everybody's having like a whiskey chaser with a beer. There's the 3 other agents from AMCEL who called you in and helped you defeat this cult. There's Oswald, their leader, who's an early middle-aged man, perhaps late 30s, who's got stubble, he's got a fire in his eyes. He went a bit crazy on the raid, but you've made it through, and by his feet is a duffel bag full of artifacts, tomes and strange things that you pulled out of that fiery warehouse where you've just been. Next to him is Malik, Southeast Asian woman, probably quite a bit younger, who was cool, calm and collected during the raid and kept everything together. But now they're getting quite close to each other, so the beers and the shots start to go down. There's a look between them, that look we get when you've been in danger with someone and you get feelings, even though you know Oswald's married. And sat next to you, looking a bit bewildered and everything, he's Pasky. He's drawing looks because he's got bandages around his head and there's slight burns on his face from where he nearly got incinerated but managed to pull through. He frankly can't believe he's alive. And as he sucks down some cheap whiskey, it's the sweetest nectar he's ever had, as it soothes the burns on the back of his throat. And he literally can't believe he's still here. And the five of you are celebrating having just defeated a cult. So as the soft rock plays, somebody puts a bit more pumping and pacey on the jukebox. People start to bump into you. There's cheers from somebody watching the football in the background. Oswald turns round and looks you dead in the eye, Kamaroff, and say, I can't believe we made it through that.
I can't believe. I mean, it was pretty tight for a bit, wasn't it? It's a good job we had Malik here to keep her cool.
Oh, she's a good sort, and he puts an arm around her and she puts an arm around his waist, and they seem to be a little bit too intimate for someone who's married. Yeah, she saw us through. I mean, I let the phosphorus grenade off, but I didn't know it was going to go quite like that.
Yeah, I know. It's just sometimes it's days like this though. You're just happy to be alive, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I've never felt more alive. Look, I mean, I'm not judging. I just want to know. But I saw you in that carnage when the guns were firing, when everything was on fire. I saw you point your weapon at that guy, and he got out the back. You just let him go. You could have pulled the trigger, and you let him go. Why did you let that cultist go, man?
So some of these people, they're just people, aren't they? Oswald, you can't tell. Some of them, I've seen monsters. I've seen men who are monsters, but you just can't tell. You don't know who. You don't know when it'll come back and when karma will come back to bite you. I've been on raids like this and had people point guns at me, and maybe if they pulled the trigger a bit quicker, I wouldn't be here today. It's just I'm not a religious man, but you take your chances and you play your odds as best you can.
No, yeah, you're right. And there's a bit of a cough from Pasky as some whiskey goes down the wrong way, and he nearly coughs it all up, but manages to maintain himself, and his bandages slip a little bit, and he rearranges them, and he looks at you, Cornwell, and said, I can't, the way you dragged me out of that fire, and there's tears welling up his eyes. He says, I can't believe you put yourself in a line like that for me. You could have died. What drove you to save me at the risk of your own life?
Why are you even asking? We're fighting the same thing. You called us in for support, and we provided support. You would have done the same thing for me, right?
Man, I like to think I would, but I thought I was dead. I genuinely thought I was dead, and he kind of puts a hand on either side of your face and looks at you really intensely and saying,
I was like, listen. The most important thing is that we all made it out of there alive, and the cultists didn't. Okay?
Yeah, that's right.
This page of history is done.
We won, right?
We made
won.
it. Thanks to you. And us.
And he just embraces you, and you can feel his salty tears wetting the collar of your shirt as he starts to weep openly.
I'm tapping a bit on his shoulder, there.
Yeah, I'm gesturing over, saying, just keep that sterile for a bit, mate. Just watch that.
Yeah. Looks a bit sticky. It's not.
Yeah, I've got some more wipes, but he didn't like it the last time we put them on. So yeah, but I mean, at least now, that's the last we'll ever see of that cult.
Yeah, that's one done. There'll be more out there. There'll be other challenges, but tonight at least, tonight we're done. Look,
tonight we're celebrating. Huh?
Woo!
Cheers. I'm raising up my glass of whiskey.
More drinks are cold. Okay, so Kamaroff, how drunk do you get, or do you drink at all? What state do you get in that night?
I think I'm fairly measured, actually, because I still feel a little bit out of this team. If you see, I feel like we were called in, but Cornwell did the sort of real heroics. My role was more, is appreciated, but I kind of calmed Oswald down, stopped him really going for it, he'd have gone back in and shot some more cultists up, but more tactical. So I've managed to remain relatively calm, and so I'm sort of sipping the whiskey, having a couple of beers, and maybe as the night wears on, the dance floor sort of fills up. I'm just sort of wistfully stood at the side, thinking, yeah, you feel alive now, but when you've really been in danger, that's when you can let your hair down.
You're going to have a lasting scar from what happened tonight. Is it physical? Is it mental? What does it look like?
I think it is mental, because I think the cultists that I let go, what I didn't mention to Oswald was I let them go because I know them. I knew them from before. I think maybe we went to med school together. Maybe even a childhood sweetheart, or college sweetheart. That's where med school is, isn't it? College sweetheart, or maybe we had a thing. And so there's another layer to the sort of wistful reminiscing that maybe, you know, this job gets in the way of all that kind of stuff, and maybe I've let something go that I shouldn't have let go again.
Beautiful. What's your sweetheart's name?
She's Dr. Hilary Foster.
I think I know her. Sounds familiar. Wonderful. And for you, Agent Cornwell, do you get drunk? Do you get messy, or are you measured as well?
No. I mean, have you met her? Always dresses smartly, always knows the right answers, always knows what to do, and she knows better than drink herself. So she's having some portions of whiskey, but she knows her limit, and she does not allow herself to go above it. Probably also observing people around, people who came with her, people who are just passing by, strangers. It's always fascinating to look at other people, and she slowly feels how all of this adrenaline is wearing off her after this crazy adventure.
When you were in that warehouse, there was a ritual taking place, and there was a magic, something supernatural in the air, something otherworldly that didn't feel quite right. How did it affect you? Were you curious? Is it something you wanted to run from, or know more about?
Obviously know more about. There are a lot of things which we used to call magic when we did not understand how it actually works. Now we call it science. And I'm very driven to investigate more, to understand how it works, what makes it be magic, what we call it now. Surely there should be some mechanism, some pattern, some rules it follows. And I mean, even the ritual itself, how people were standing there, how they were chanting, and the sacrifice, God, it was terrible. But I mean, we had to interrupt it. But it would be so good to know why were they actually doing exactly these things, exactly in this order.
Very interesting indeed. Maybe if you got a chance to read from the text, but
oh, I can't wait.
Oswald picks them up in his bag at the end of the night, and him and Alec go off arm in arm, and you're kind of thinking maybe of asking him for a look or when you can meet again, but Pasky's a complete mess by this time. He's been sickled down his front. He's viewing you like he's, his big sister, his mother, his caregiver, and he just won't let you go. And he's too busy grabbing your arm so that by the time you actually look around for Oswald again, he's left. So you end up having to take Oswald back to his place and make sure you put him in the survival position, or whatever it's called, just so he doesn't kill himself. On a side. Wedge him in with some pillows and stuff to keep him. Bucket by the bed, and the night
probably
finishes.
there is a scene when me and Kamaroff are standing together looking at Pasky laying on a bed on his side, and we'll look at one another do you think he's gonna be all right?
I don't know. I mean, he'll be fine. He's going through the worst of it, which was that fire. If you can live through that, you can live through this. Surely he's going to hurt in the morning though, when that wears off.
We don't need to babysit him at night. Sure, let's go have some rest.
Definitely not.
And so it is that you got to bed that night, and we skip forward to a year later, 2017. You've had a call. It's an old cell phone that you had in the back of a drawer somewhere that you just kept charged just in case, and it's a message, and you recognise the number. It's Pasky. Well, due to the pacey nature of our game, we're going to skip right to it, dear viewers. The message was for a night at the opera. They're back, it said. Help. And so you've headed once more down to the sultry, hot south of America and find yourselves outside a sleazy hotel in Chandler, Arizona. Pasky's called for your help, and you've answered the call, remembering that hot, heady night a year ago when you two were quite measured, but the rest of them got quite drunk. The motel looks like the sort of place where you go because it's cheap, or no one asks questions, and not many other people come around here. It's called the Sunshine Motel, and not unreasonably, because the sun's, even though it's dying now and it's early evening, he's beating down on you. As you cross to Pasky's inauspiciously numbered 13 room, the tarmac's sticking to the bottom of your shoes as it's starting to melt, or been melting all day, and it's that tacky kind of, almost feels like you're walking through treacle trying to get there. You can smell hot trash from overfilled bins that haven't been emptied, or certainly not emptied enough and cleaned out afterwards. But with the faded paint and mouldy concrete around, you kind of think, well, this is not the best place in the world to be. Why am I not meeting him at his apartment or whatever? And you can see inside his room, the blinds are kind of opening as he's clearly, or someone anyway, he's having a look at you as you approach, and you can see that dull yellow light of the lights on inside, even though it's daytime still. Do you just approach straight up and hammer on the door? Or have you got something else?
I guess so. Okay. See, he's waiting for us.
Yeah, paranoid people. I'm quite interested to see how those burns have healed after a year. Actually, interested to see if his self-care routine improved.
Yeah, cannot blame him for paranoia then.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So let's see what he has to tell us.
Yeah, rap on the door.
Okay, you rap on the door, and the door opens, but we've still got the chain on. And you see a Glock 17 barrel pointing out. Pasky's face is just about visible behind. So, is it you? Let me see your ID.
Pasky, what's wrong with you? You cannot recognize me?
You could have disguises. You could be them. You could be them with disguises on. How am I supposed to know? And you can smell the whiskey from the other side of the door coming through.
Okay, just keep calm. I'm going to reach to my pocket to take out the ID. Right?
Yeah, sure. Let's see it.
Very close, very carefully opening the jacket, but he can't see the holes on my shoulders. But I'm reaching for the inner pocket, taking out ID, opening like my FBI page.
Okay, so you're right. Yes, it's probably you. You weren't followed, right? You weren't followed.
We were not followed.
And as he's saying that, he's already shut the door, and you hear the chain rattling. And then he pulls it up and says, quick, get in.
While he's closing and opening the door again, we're exchanging a quick look.
And he more or less half manhandles you, like drags you into the room so he can slam it behind you, puts the bolt across, and then he's like looking out of the windows again, just to make sure that there's nobody out there.
I glance at the room. Do I see like an empty bottle? Several empty bottles.
You see overflowing ashtrays, partially empty food containers, empty whiskey bottles. The room stinks of stale sweat and despair, and you can hear the same over-loud TVs playing some Spanish language channel on either side of you from the neighbours, so that the noise is quite bad. He's got a little desk, it's got a laptop open, and like all kinds of papers and stuff all over the place. So it's quite close in here. It could do with some maid service, quite frankly.
I'll say, it's good to see you've been keeping well, Pasky.
Keeping well, and he's still waving this gun about like he's forgotten it's there almost.
So what have you brought us here for?
They're back. The siblings, they're back. They've killed Oswald and Malix. They burned them. Like, they're all dead. They're dead. Do you get it? Do you get me? Do you get me? And he starts getting really up in your face, going, they're fucking dead, and puts the gun against his own head.
All right, just calm down. Just calm down. We're here now. Remember, we're the calm ones. Remember back there, we're the measured ones. You know, we'll sort this out. Just begin at the beginning. Give us some facts, Pasky. Can I? Can I give you a little something to calm yourself down? Maybe start padding my jacket, seeing if.
Calm down. We need to fuck them up. We need to get out there. I found one of them. We need to stop them. They're going to kill everyone. They're going to kill Yasmin. Like Oswald's wife. Like I'm the only one who can protect her now, but even she's pushed me away. Like why would you push me away?
Nobody's pushing you away, but just we need to get some facts before we're going after Cult. Can I make any sort of roll or something to try and talk some sense into him?
So if you can make a persuade roll for me, you can try and calm him down so you can at least get a reasonable conversation out of him. If not, then there might be other measures required. Okay, easy.
I'm quite good in it. It's like, okay, just put the gun down, sit for a minute, and tell us the facts, what had happened. Remember last time you called and we came and helped. This time will be the same, but we need to know what happened, okay?
And he looks at the gun in his hand like he didn't know it was there and kind of throws it down on the bed, and then he embraces it again like he did that night a year ago when he was crying on your shoulder, and again the tears flow from him.
I'm putting an arm over his shoulder. I'm deadly. I'm much more serious than I was last time in a bar, because I understand that the situation is much more serious now.
Yeah, and eventually pulls himself together and kind of slumps on the end of the bed. And goes, look, there's the other team, Malika and Oswald, they're dead. Like, and the cult don't care. Like, there was a bar full of people. They all burned. They burned the whole bar down to get them.
When did it happen?
This was like, I don't know, a week, a few days. Like, time's all running into itself. Like, I've been trying to... I'd always promised Oswald that I'd look after Yasmin if anything happened, but she's pushing me away. She won't listen to me. But I found one of them. I found one. He's a realtor, Sykes. I've got his name. I've got his number. Like they burnt my apartment down. That's why I'm like, my apartment burned down. Gutted completely. It's only because I was out hunting for Sykes that they didn't get me. But we need to get him.
So where's Yasmin now?
I guess she's at home. But last time I was there, she threw me out. She said she didn't want to know.
So did Oswald and Malik also knew that the cult is back? Were you investigating them together, guys?
No.
So this cult, they just came out of nowhere after you?
Yeah, they've obviously spent a year building back up again. That must be it. Like, what? Didn't one of you let one go or something? Like, that's got to be the problem.
My memory's not great of that night. Actually, it was a lot of things happened that we never knew how many of them there were, did we?
No, some got away, but it's like it was that night. All the fire in the warehouse with the chanting, the fires are the same. I can smell it. I can feel that otherworldly stuff. That stuff that you can feel it on your skin, on your teeth. I felt it again. But I found him, and he pulls out this picture of Sykes and like a realtor's business card. He's got an address. He's got some of the bits and pieces. He's like, I know where he lives. We can go get him now. Let's go get him. Let's go get him.
We will go after him. And just give me a few more details. How did you hunt him down? Did you see his face? Did you know that he was the one who burned the place?
I believe he's been to Yasmin's house.
He's been to Yasmin's house.
That must have been it. He must have gone round because she's trying to sell, and then he's seen like a photograph of Oswald or something, and then that must be it. He's got to be the link. It's him that started all this. Just some pure chance encounter. Now they're all dead, and he starts looking through the blankets on the bed, trying to find where he threw the gun, and seems to be having trouble locating.
Oh, I don't want him to take the gun with him. I'm trying to switch his attention to to some papers or laptop on the table. Like, okay, walk me through it once again. So where exactly is he? In which part of the town? So I'm throwing some questions into him, trying to make him forget about the gun and sort of focus on something else.
That's fine. Delta Green works in a way that if your skill's sufficiently high, you don't have to make a roll. If there's no time pressure or anything like that, and you've got all the time in the world effectively, and you've got 70% in persuade or something like that, so you don't have to roll for it. You can just keep him distracted and start him talking through things. And you can tell as you talk to him, like half of his theories and stuff he's coming up with is mad. He's just coming up with crazy ideas that he's putting two together and making five and other things. But he's definitely found this guy. He's convinced is something to do with it.
Yeah, but I also suspect that this guy might be just a realtor who was passing by. And we do not want to go somewhere in the middle of the night and shoot an innocent based on some drunken accusations.
I mean, I think me and Cornwell have worked together enough times that we probably know what one another is thinking right now. And I think we're both thinking, yeah, we do need to investigate this. We probably need to go to the bar. We need to go to Sykes. We need to go to Yasmin. But it's probably really important that we go without this maniac who's just going to ruin everything wherever we go. So I'm contemplating drugging him. Is there a way, like, has he got a glass of whiskey or something there? Do I have something to hand I can maybe just put him to sleep for a little bit?
It takes a little bit of looking because most of the bottles are empty, but eventually you find someone that's got like a quarter full under the bed that you can pluck out that he's missed while he's on his rampage.
I'll see if I can just put some sort of sedative in there while he's distracted, and then say, "You've had a long night. You just need to."
Yeah, and your medicine skill and pharmacy and stuff is far in excess of what's needed. You don't need to make a roll. That can just happen. Okay, you do that. What might require a roll if you're looking through his research and stuff, just to try and get the veracity of it and stuff like that, is if you want to make bureaucracy rolls. With the stakes being that if you both fail, you're probably going to get the wrong end of the stick somewhere and end up doing something.
I'll check his laptop.
Inappropriate. Yeah.
I'll go through the papers.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, he is very messy in keeping his notes.
There's just too many things in the notes. There's so many leads, and there's people he's identified as part of the cult that he's just like, are you mad? Like the local like Senate leader can't be part of this cult. He definitely wasn't in that factory though. That Mark Warehouse.
Yeah, so I got it. I got it. I mean, I'm used. There's a lot of paperwork in forensic pathology. I'm used to that kind of form filling and filing.
Yes. So you do recognise Sykes after a little bit. There's some alternate photographs of him there, and you get a sort of brief flashback to a year ago, and in that smoke-filled assault that you did, and the face looks familiar. It's cleaned up now and all the rest of it, but you're pretty sure. And there is some reporting there. He's got hold of coroner's report, which seems to show that that Oswald and Malik died from the burns, but particularly there was very intense burns through the chest, around the heart, almost as if it's something like an oxyacetylene or welding torch or something, as a source of, like, although the bodies are completely covered in third-degree burns, when the double down bar burned down, and there are lots of other victims, particularly those two, have intense burns around their hearts, which seems like the medical examiner was just at a loss to explain why that would be.
So I'm sure it's been noted as a point of interest.
Yeah.
Nothing about it yet.
It was like, well, this seems odd. As a no.
Yeah, if they knew about us, they'd have called us, but no.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
And then you got with 5%. Yeah, you get another clue that there's a fire report from Paskey's own apartment, which again has got a footnote in there that the accelerants which caused fire to travel around seem to go in almost straight lines. So in the normal fire, you'd expect it to conflagrate by the easiest burning materials and that kind of thing, but there was almost like a zigzag line around his apartment to the degree which, I don't know, the report suggests that if somebody put that pattern down in fuel or something, maybe that would have caused the fire to travel in that way, but there was no residual substance to show that there was particularly an accelerant in that path. It's just the way that the fire seemed to go, which again, it's now like we don't know why, but it was a deliberately started fire as far as the fire department are concerned.
Weird stuff. We're saying weird stuff.
You don't say. So what do you suggest we start with? Yasmin? If these guys killed Oswald and Malik, and if they're back, they might want to hurt their close ones.
I wonder if we need to seize the opportunity of our friend being out for the count and go to Sykes first, I think it's, I don't know what other medication he's on, so I don't know how quickly he's going to wake up or not. And I get the feeling he'll go after Sykes the minute he does, so maybe we need to get to Sykes before he does.
And he like yells out in his sleep, and his back leg goes like a dog's when it's sleeping. All of a sudden, as you're saying that, and then he seems to settle down again.
I'm rolling him again on a side. And again, we have a flashback. As a year ago, we were standing over him and like, you think it's okay to leave him like that?
Yeah. Do you think he's drunk more tonight than last night? Or, I don't know. It's hard to tell, isn't it?
It's hard to tell, and we're looking around at all of these bottles.
Well, anyway, yeah, I reckon we go to Sykes first. I think we go to Sykes first. We can pick up Yasmin later. But we need to, like, we can't just go and attack him if this cult is back.
Not.
We need to find the actual people in it. One contact
Agreed.
isn't enough. What's around? This could be
the best case, maybe interrogate him, and if we confirm that he's a cultist.
I know you're always up for that. Yeah, that's mind tricks. I look forward to witnessing you at work again.
We've just been in a case. Well, not this type of case, but never mind. You got the keys? Let's go.
I'll assume you've got a rental car.
Yeah,
You probably flew into the airport and rented a car, right? So
yeah.
You drive over to North Bell Road. As you get over there, it's becoming dusky and dark. The sun's hanging down now between the nearby mountains. There's still a little bit of light, and obviously the street lights are coming on. You end up in a relatively new build area. It's a 3-story apartment block that he lives in. It's got smoky glass mirrored floor to ceiling, which reflects the desert as a weird, like, dark shadow of what you can see out before you. It looks like there's several other apartments that were kind of under construction, but they've not quite finished. So there's the tarpaulins and things over the scaffolding that kind of flapping in the desert breeze and not quite finished. But maybe it'll be nice when and if that happens. It seems reasonably high spec at least, but there's a bit of a desperate air because of the lack of everything getting finished off and perhaps the facilities. As you pull up outside, it's oddly quiet given the location that you're in. The wind's susurrating around unnervingly. It's quite sultry despite the desiccating desert heat. It feels somehow a little bit sweaty and moist when it shouldn't be. And there's a coppery tang in the air as you kind of like lick the air. You can see the lights are on in the middle floor in Sykes' apartment as you work it out. And although the smoky glass hides most of what's going on, you can see him go into a kitchenette area and get some kind of TV dinner or something out of the microwave, and then slumps down on a big couch in front of a TV which lights up his face a little bit, and doesn't seem to do much else. Aside from that, there's like a centralised area in the middle where there's a stairwell that goes up, and obviously a security door and that kind of thing.
Are we playing this? Sorry.
Are there any indications that he lives with a family, if there are kids or like dog toys, whatever?
The glass obscures most things. You can just see rough shapes, but it doesn't seem to be anybody else in the apartment with him at the minute.
Okay.
So how do we play this? He's the kind of guy who'll panic at the sight of an FBI badge, or the kind of guy who'll fold at the sight of an FBI badge.
Well, if not FBI, we don't have any better excuse. You're not gonna pretend a tradesman, or...
No, that didn't work that time, did it?
No, it did not.
Didn't work that time. Let's just go in. Let's go in and play it straight. I mean, I don't know. As I said, obviously, just need to take some precautions. Just check that my Kevlar vest is sort of fitted under the shirt.
We can say
that sorted. Yeah.
That we're FBI agents on a bar fire thing, not throwing it immediately, so that he does not feel very intimidated, and then we'll see what he says. No?
Yeah. Let's see what he thinks to that. Yeah. Let's go. We could make it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go. Yeah. I mean, you lead on these things. You're the best at this kind of thing. I'll just back you up.
Okay. You head over across the street, and so there's 6 apartments. We're just going to hit Sykes.
Yep.
And after a short while, there's a curious and a bit nervous voice. And yes.
Mr. Sykes, it's FBI. Can you please open the door? There is something we need to discuss.
There's an overly long pause. It says, sorry, I thought you said FBI.
Yeah, that's what we said. I'm sorry if it disturbed you. It's just, it's really easier to explain face to face, but we're investigating some cases, and your input might be very valuable for us.
Okay. And there's a buzz from the door, so you can go in and head up.
We're going in and probably on the way. Like, at least he's not running, I think.
Well, I think we might take some precautions. If you take the lift, I'll go up like the stairs just to check he's not running away down there. So it's like practice sort of stuff that we do.
Yeah.
That probably FBI agents know more about than us as players.
Yeah, you check both exits, and he's still secured in his apartment when you get there. There's a neighbour sticks his head out. So tell him to do something about the noise, will you? You're going to see him playing his stupid computer games till 3 in the morning. Some of us work for a living, you know. Are you here? You're here with the super, right? I've read the landlord I don't know how many times. It's about time he sent some people around. Sort him out.
I'll sort of hang back and say, oh, we're not with the super. This is routine investigation. But what, playing computer games, you say?
All you can hear is gunfire and shouting and screaming until 3 a.m. I've got a job to do. I have to be up at 6. I can't be up till 3 a.m. with him blasting things on his computer or whatever he's doing. And then having like strange old men round late at night. I mean, I've got nothing against them. What they do behind closed doors is up to them. But like I need my sleep.
Strange old men? Very unusual. You want to talk to your super about that?
I did. I thought he'd brought you.
Yeah.
Do you not?
We'll definitely talk to him about it.
Yeah. There's sort of levels of intervention, like statewide. Definitely, it's not. It's not really for the bureau, that I'm afraid. But I'm sure you'll get it sorted in no time.
Well, you just tell him. You tell him, right?
Yeah. If it comes up, we'll mention it. Don't you worry about it.
What do I pay my taxpayers for? You can hear behind the door he's mumbling, children and stuff. But you head to Sykes, hit the door, and after some time, the door opens and he's stood there. He's in probably late 20s. He's got sweatpants on, t-shirt, obviously very comfortable. A little bit of a stain on his top where some of his TV has missed his mouth and gone down the front. And a little bit of meat kind of like rolls slowly as you're watching down the front of his belly. He says, I'm not in any trouble, am I?
No, of course not.
No.
I flashed the badge.
I guess you better come in. And
thank you. That's very kind of you.
Kind of motions and steps in after you have to shut the door. The apartment's got like the aroma of unwashed sheets and cheap deodorant, and it's quite sparsely furnished. But anything that's like electronic or a gadget seems like top of the range, high quality. It's kind of got a feeling of like if it was a show home or something, but like had someone squatting in it. And there's like the bin slightly overfull and that kind of stuff, and stuff's piled up in the sink of the kitchenette that's a big open plan thing. So he kind of points to his one massive leather sofa that he's got in front of his huge 65-inch plasma and his computer games console and stuff. So you all end up kind of weirdly sat in a row if you sit down, because there's no other chairs or anything. What can I what can I do for you? It's not about my license. I've got my license, you know.
Oh no, it's not about the license. I'm sure everything is fine there. It's about the fire in the bar. I'm sure you heard of it. I'm giving the name of the bar.
Double Down Bar. Yeah.
We have some people claiming they saw you there. So we're trying to talk to all of the witnesses to identify the possible.
No, I haven't been there for ages. I don't go to bars anymore. I just stop in. I've got a job now.
Oh, excellent! What job have you got?
I'm a realtor. Like, are you looking for a house? And he kind of like perks up a bit and gets out of the chair and goes and find your business card, which he gives one to each of you. Like, if you need somewhere to live around here, like I've got some great properties on the market, and it's almost like he's using that as something to focus on, and starts going into great detail about and pulling some brochures out.
Oh, right. How did you get into? Just fall into buying and selling houses?
Yeah,
you get an investment for that, don't you, Sykes? Where would Mr. Sykes? What? you get some sponsors for that?
Well, it's not my business; it's someone else's. But I get commission. I get good commission, and like as long as I work hard, and it's good. It's good. I'm sorting my life out.
All this is above board, isn't it? I start like making a note of the numbers on the business card and saying, this is. I mean, you probably don't have to deal with it, but there's quite a lot of there's tax stuff and things that, sometimes we get involved in that. I mean, it's boring stuff, nothing happens, but it can be quite a lot of money change hands and things like this. As I'm sort of weighing it up, I get my phone out and start like searching up the company.
While they're talking, I want to have a closer look around to make a note if there are some weird books or symbols or something standing out.
If anything, everything looks above board, and I guess Cornwell's the one that's got the most humid, which is human intelligence. So even without rolling, you can tell that he seems to be getting, if anything, talking about the business and tax and stuff like that is making him more relaxed, and he's quite leaning into it, and he's getting more comfortable with having you in. And the more you're saying, "Oh, have you got your license? Is this right? Is that right?" That seems to be like something he's happy to talk about, and he's a bit relieved that nothing seems to be, he's going down a path he'd like to go down. Let's put it that way.
Okay, let's change that. I'll go to. Yeah, it's difficult. We had a case the other day, didn't we? It was nothing. Last month went for ages. It started off as tax. Turned out to be an arson case. Insurance job, buying properties, burning them down, claiming insurance. You'd be amazed how many flats burn down every year. Shocking investment. You want to check that's in order?
Well, I mean, I don't know anything about the arson attacks. That clearly, like, I sell houses. I don't burn them down.
What arson attacks?
Well, I mean, they're in the papers and everything. Everybody's heard about them.
In the papers.
Like, there's been loads of
fires. Where have there been arson attacks?
I mean, like in a bar, in like apartments, a couple of houses.
In apartments.
I mean, like, yeah, though. I mean, so there's what's he called? Pearson's the guy. He's on it, journalist. He says that like there's an arsonist out to get everyone. Like, I think I'll be alright in my building because it's quite secure. But like, yeah, there's a bad man out there. You probably want to find him and get him. Like, that's what you're here for, right? Like, it's not people like me you're after. It's other people.
Yeah, exactly. But it's still a bit weird that, I mean, several people said that they saw you in the bar or near the bar, and are you sure you haven't been there?
I mean, I wasn't there, so they can't assume. They must be liars. It's other people lying. Like, why me? Why would they pick on me? I haven't done anything. And he still like gets up and starts.
Can I read him? Is he nervous? Is he lying about not being there?
He doesn't seem to be lying, but you read he's definitely nervous. You're definitely rattling, but yeah, you think he's telling the truth about not being there. Look, I think you should, unless you've got like, aren't you supposed to read my rights or something, or like if you've not got something.
Oh, we only do that before we arrest you, and like I say, it's just routine. There's no reason we should arrest you, is there?
I don't think so.
No, it doesn't. Well, in case if I could just use your bathroom before we go, is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
A long drive back.
Yeah, it's just over there.
Oh yeah. Well, he leaves. I'm holding the business card of the realtor, looking at it, holding like a small pause, and then like, yeah. So my sibling was thinking about moving to this lovely city, so it's weird how sometimes siblings have this burning desire to change something.
When you see his pupils dilate as he's saying this, he's going, "Yeah, sure. If you've got like a sister or a brother or something, I'm sure I can find them an apartment." But yeah, anyway, like, if you just ring me at the office, you've got my number now, so there's no need for you to be here anymore, is there? Like, you should probably go. Do I need a lawyer? I should bring a lawyer or something, shouldn't I?
Of course you can if you want. Is there any reason you would want to?
Well, I don't know. Just like, you're asking questions, and it's nothing to do with me. I don't know what this is about.
Well, it's about arsons and it's about renting places. So, like, what do you say if there was a group of people who need to rent a place, like a commune or, say, religious group or a cult?
you want to make a persuade roll for me?
Persuade. I have a critical 1.
I'll just assume that Kamaroff is actually going to the bathroom then.
That's it. Yeah, that's why I do this. Once I leave the room, suddenly
everything like swims into focus.
I never get to see Cornwell at work. It's always when I'm not there.
He says, look, it's nothing. I told him I don't want anything to do with it. It's nothing to do with me, right? Right. Mills came round and he said he's starting it again. But I finished with all that. I don't do it anymore. Like a year ago, like it all went to shit, and like I didn't want to be part of that group anyway. And then these guys came in, and there's guns, and there's even like fucking grenades and shit, and everything burned, and like everyone died. I just got out of there. Like I didn't want anything to do with it in the first place. Like, and he's ran, and he's constantly messaging me, and like he shows you like this screen on his phone, like there's just a big list of like messages and missed calls and stuff like that. And he's saying like I've got to be part of this cult again. And, like I don't want to be. Like I'm sorting my life out. Like it's Mills. Mills is probably behind all this. You need to get him. He's down, like he's probably at the bar, like that's probably where he hangs out and stuff. That's probably he probably burned it down on purpose so he could have it or something like that. Like you need to get him. And he's got this creepy old woman with him now, like this woman that follows him around, and she's worse than him if anything. Wilson, yeah, Mills and Wilson. They're a bit like they're the ones you want, not me. Okay, and then he sort of like realizes he's been ranting quite a bit and really clams up.
Okay, now we're talking. Why don't we have a seat and you just explain all of it in a little bit more facts? As you said, if you're not a part of it anymore, we're not interested in you. But you do realize that if you're not a part of it anymore, you might also be in danger. You don't want to be in danger, right? So you better share everything you know.
He's going to kill me. Like he says he can find the books and the artifacts again. He says he's found them. He says he's found a line to them. Like I mean, it wasn't really my fault. I just mentioned that I saw that guy that attacked us. I saw his photo in a house that was for sale, and like I mentioned it to Mills, and now like I think he's going to go over there and do something. Like he probably would, like if he gets that stuff back, God knows what he'll do. But like if the fires have started, then he may already have them. But he wants me to be a part of it. I don't want anything to do with it. But I need to make a sale. If I make 2 more sales, I could like get out of here. I've got enough capital.
Okay, do you have a place to go now? Go there and lay low. And you need to give me the address so that I know exactly where you are.
I think, but I've no money.
You're a realtor. You have keys to other people's apartments, which are empty and vacant. But you can surely crash there for a night at least.
Okay, for a night, but I don't want to lose my job. If I lose a job, then I definitely...
Do you want to lose your life?
No.
Great.
Okay. And he like shuffles through his brochures again and pulls one out and goes, here, I'll stop here. But just for a night, right? And then you can arrest him and then I'll be safe.
Let's hope so. I'm taking the brochure, I'm making notes of all of the names and addresses he mentioned, and looking nervously towards the bathroom.
Yeah, obviously there's a cut to what probably happened is like this taps running loudly for a long time while I like empty every drawer, like just looking for, I think I'm looking for sort of any like burns treatment or any sort of link to it. I'm assuming that I don't find anything, and all the clues have already been found in the other room. So I think I'll probably come back out really frustrated, like rolling my eyes, like it's a washout. It's a washout. Oh wait. Is that his phone?
Yeah, so Mr. Sykes here is going to spend the night in a safe house while you and me are going to talk to some other people, right?
Sounds wise. Sounds wise, Mr. Sykes.
Yeah, and he like rushes and gets himself a gym bag and sticks some spare clothes and stuff in there.
I'm hesitating for a minute and then writing him down my phone number. I probably have several phone numbers, so one of them I leave to him. And like,
love a burner phone, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So if you remember anything else, or if you're in danger of this Miles is coming up to you, dial now.
Okay, I'll be all right. Like, but you get him.
Mm-hmm.
Get him for me. He's ruining my life.
Well,
and with
Yes,
that, Sykes is ready to head off if you guys are as well.
yeah. We
Yeah,
two
definitely.
probably were just sitting in the car, and I'm just going through all of the information he gave me, and now you can clearly see, since you know me so well, that I'm very angry with him, because it was him after all who is to be blamed for the death of fellow agents.
Yeah.
And yeah, so now we have confirmation that Yasmin also might be in danger, and the Miles guy. What do you say?
Yeah, it's not great, is it?
It's not. But let's at first take care about the arsonists, and then we think what we do with the psychics.
Yeah. Let's go find Mills if we can. We've got some leads on that and see where it is, rather than try and deal with everything. Hope Pasky hasn't woken up yet.
Should we at least try and stop by Yasmin's? Maybe suggest that she, I don't know, moves out of town for a day.
Should I guess? Could try and
I mean, we can
check.
say
check-
half truth that that this arson was not that this was an arson and not a random fire, and some people might be after her because of her husband's work. Do we know if Oswald was working? What was his day job? What did he do? Could there be some bad guys going after him and his relatives?
Oswald's day job, he was a state trooper.
State trooper.
So, like, state level police officer.
Okay, then she should not be very surprised. Probably, like,
Yeah.
in this line of duty, sometimes there are these crazy guys just for a day.
Yeah. She should go and stay with family for a bit at least. Let's drop by hers and try and get her
Yeah, very
safe
quickly.
anyway,
just
and then we can follow up the rest of the cult.
Yep.
Okay. You get in your car and you drive over to Yasmin's property, which you're somewhat unsurprised to see has actually got the realtor sign outside, and there's even like the extra little hangy bit you put on the button with Sykes' face on it and his phone number, saying
Good, he's lying low then, isn't it?
read Sykes for a great deal. Yeah. Bless his little heart. But you head over to 6603 South Teresa Drive. It's on the edge of the desert in a small estate of identical looking single story houses with kind of sweeping cul-de-sacs and drives. Everything's made out of the same kind of sandstone, or sandy coloured stone at least, that matches in and melds with the desert. It's now the evening properly, and the gardens as such are like mainly stone chips and parched looking plants that languish in the gardens, for want of a better word for them. The streets themselves look pretty tidy, quite sterile, all beige and terracotta. There is the occasional twitch of a blind or a curtain as you drive around, as nobody else seems to be about at this time of night. And as you get out the car, the heat's still stifling like a blanket that's been put on top of you. And you'd hope once the sun went down it might get a bit better, but even now you're prickling with sweat around your collar, and certainly with a Kevlar vest on, you know you're going to have big sweat stains on the back of your shirts. But as you get out and head across the street, you see a woman steps sort of like in front, down behind one driver, and then starts walking on the pavement and gets in front of you as you're walking up to the Yasmin property. And she's got a series of leaflets in her hands, and she starts forcing them into yours, saying, "Have you heard the good word, my friends? Have you heard the good word? Your salvation is at hand."
I'm taking the leaflet, and do tell more. Is what's on the leaflet?
It looks at first glance like a lot of absolute nonsense. There's a lot of religious stuff on there, and iconography, but it looks like someone's taken a bunch of magazines and things and just like cut and paste chunks. It's not even properly laid out or anything.
Is there some sort of address to some new church in a neighborhood or something like that?
Yeah, but it just says the church, and then there's an address, but it's kind of 1 Southeast Street, which is, you're not even sure that's a real address or a street. Come, my friends, you must tell me your life stories. Tell me about it. Tell me the troubles and tribulations you've had, and I can help you. He can help you. And the voice starts like getting a little bit louder than it needs to be.
I think I'll try and sort of break away while Cornwell's talking to her, and just sort of like look over my shoulder and try and sort of hot foot it up to the house, just while this random person is, or not random person, is occupied.
Can you make a quick alertness check for me?
Yes, I can. Oh, can I? We'll see.
You can make the roll whether you succeed.
Yeah. No.
Okay, you don't.
Cannot succeed.
You don't know nothing. It is a random person as far as you're concerned. There's nothing untoward. And while Cornwell's trying to keep her away, she's like, "No, where are you going?" And she like darts out and grabs your arm. Says, "You must hear the word. You must hear the word." And like now she's like proper shouting, so it's echoing up and down this otherwise quiet street. Stay here with me. You've got to stay here with me.
I'll just try and break away from her, I think, at this point, and run towards the house.
Okay, do you want to make an opposed strength roll for me?
Yeah.
Can I help by holding her or something?
Please.
Well, she succeeded in there. She's actually pinned your arm at this point. Like, surprisingly for a woman in her 50s, she seems to like she's got the strength of a maniac or something. And she wrenches one of your arms behind your back. Yeah, Cornwell, what do you want to do about it? You can see like the spittle on her lips, and she's looking at you going, "You're gonna stay with me, right? You're gonna stay." She seems to have got like massively angry really quickly.
Well, she is directly attacking my partner, so now I'm not gonna be nice with her. I will try to do some maneuvers to free my fellow colleague here. So
yeah, if you want to make an unarmed attack,
I would love to do it. Let's see how it goes. It's a failure.
Okay, so you're trying to break her off, but like the more you're pulling, the more she's twisting Kamaroff's
I was like,
arm.
"Listen, lady, listen to me." But she's clearly not listening and not letting him go.
And she now starts proper just screaming, going, "Help! Help! They're attacking me! Help! Ah! And you can see like lights are starting to come on in the street a bit. Do you want to make an alertness check for me as well?
Yeah. Alertness. Failure as well.
Okay.
Jeez.
No problem.
This is a very loud lady, and I will add to the loudness saying like if there are some people stopping by, I will say something like, "We're with FBI. Everything is under. We're trying to help this lady." Like,
okay, Kamaroff, you're going to take 2 damage.
oh wow!
As you feel something pop in your shoulder, as she's like proper wrenching it. What do you want to do?
I'm going to try and get my gun out and see if that dissuades her.
You can definitely get your gun out. And you're pointing at her and say like, "Let go," or firing a warning shot. What are you doing?
I might, just fire a warning shot. What could possibly go wrong?
I mean,
yeah.
Sure, you do.
Like, FBI.
In South America, South America, United States, firing guns. I can't imagine this going wrong at all. Okay, so do you want to make a persuade roll to convince it's illegal? I'm going to give you plus 20 because you've discharged your firearm as well and shouting FBI.
Plus 20, right? Let me see.
Yay! There you go.
I needed that gun.
Yeah, like there's a bit where you think she's never let me go until the gun finally makes it out of the holster and you discharge it. And the retort echoes and almost seems to bounce off the mountains. And she lets you go. And she immediately falls to the ground, clutching at her shoulder, going, "They shot me! Oh God, they shot me!" And you can now see 2 or 3 people coming out of houses. They've all got either a shotgun or a rifle. "What's happening over there? What the hell's happening over there? Jesus Christ, he's got a gun! He's got a gun!"
Calm down, sir. Calm down. Can't put my gun away. Calm down. I'm a doctor. Nobody shot anyone. Just attacked in the street by this strange person.
So someone needs to make for me a persuade roll to convince the nearby neighbours that you're not baddies.
I will probably ask Kamaroff to take care of, because I don't know. I'm pretty sure he didn't shot her, but like whatever. To make sure
she's quite convincing.
To check up on her, and meanwhile I'm pulling the badge again. Probably people are far away enough not to even able to see it, but I'm trying to sound very confident. It's like, FBI here, everything is fine. We're making a detention. It's not an arrest yet. All good. Just keep to your own business. Nothing to see here.
Okay, hit me with a roll to see whether that's enough to keep them away.
Persuade. It is a success.
Okay, a couple do come out and get nearer, and like someone shining a mag light at you to make sure that it is actually an FBI badge you're holding up and not a diner's card or something. And they go, okay, well, we're watching. And there's a couple of guys now who've got the camera phones out and stuff. They're just like recording.
Please, sirs, please, no cameras. Nothing to see here. Mind your own business. Are they closing the phones? Do they continue?
No, they continue filming, and they're at quite a distance, so maybe 100 meters away. But they make you say that they're too far away that you can't just like run up and grab them or anything.
But then if they're too far away, what time of day is it?
It's the evening. It's about 8 o'clock at night. It's dark.
I think maybe they cannot make our faces from there or something.
Probably not. You're probably fine.
It's probably just grainy footage.
I mean, what can go wrong?
It's fine. It's fine. I'll be at this point. I'll look at these leaflets, and then like catch Cornwell's eye and say, "Should we check the house?"
Yeah, definitely.
Seem very keen on staying here.
I'll let you make another alertness roll for me. I'm going to give you plus 20 because you're aware of Wilson. For it is she.
No.
Okay.
Well, at least it's not a fumble.
Yeah, good news. So you just take 3 damage. And out of her handbag, she's pulled like a kitchen knife, probably about a 10-inch blade. And as she stopped rolling on the ground, as you started to walk off, she crawled over, has driven it into the calf muscle. Can you make a sanity roll for me as well, please?
Do I click on sanity points? Is that what I do?
Should be, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you are used to virus to some extent, so it's a shock, but not enough to cause you to enact. Okay, the pair of you, what do you want to do about this woman who's now got a bloody knife? That she's.
I want to pull gun out, yell, "Officer wounded," and shot at her.
Okay, make a firearms roll. You can have
I do not intend to kill her, but I do intend to harm her.
I mean, they all say that.
Yeah, I still want to talk, at some point.
She's prone in front of you.
It is a success.
Yeah. Easy. Okay, and you can roll a d10 damage, I guess.
Mm-hmm. It's a 5.
Okay. This time she really does clutch her shoulder and screams out. They shot me.
I'm yelling even louder than she does. Like, "Officer wounded, ma'am, I need you to drop the weapon. I need you to drop the weapon now. Otherwise, I'm gonna shoot again, ma'am."
Okay. You're not sure whether she drops the weapon or it just drops from her hand because she's lost control of her emotive control
whatever.
system.
I continue yelling that I need her to drop the weapon despite the fact that she already did. I mean, all of the viewers are far enough not to know what's going on.
Sure.
And then I want to come closer. And do I have handcuffs on me?
Sure.
Can I handcuff her?
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna do that.
You can do all of that.
I'm pulling her up and probably, I don't know, putting her back to our car.
Sure. All of
like,
that.
Kamaroff, are you okay? Is it your blood or hers? Oh my god, it's your blood.
It's my blood. It's like in a trail towards the house as I'm trying to like limp towards it to see what's going on.
Okay, you get to the front of the house and you can just see through the windows down a hollow. That's like a what to call it? Not leaded glass, but like a misted glass, frosted glass panel at the front of the door, and you can see a shape because there's obviously a corridor that goes straight down. Someone running to the back of the house, you think, as it sort of like appears outside and then disappears down, and you can hear the crunch of broken glass and someone running.
I will give chase in my wounded state. I'll shout, like, "Come on, they've gone around the back," and then race after. Thinking back to the times when there used to be like a squad of 4 of us. And,
yeah, and you could have said
this was easier to do.
A couple of guys on the back.
Yeah.
Someone else could be on crowd control. Okay, you'd be delighted to learn that's going to be an athletics check.
Yeah.
Opposed against.
Yeah.
While he's rolling, I'm tossing the crazy old lady to our car, locking her in, and then only then running to wherever.
Sure. And Guy, can you make me a luck roll as well, which is a straight D100 roll, and you're looking to get over 50 basically.
Yeah.
Okay. As you get around the back, there's a locked gate that protects the backyard. You end up having to like shoulder it down and stuff. And by the time you got there, there's somebody already leaping over the back, and there's a dirt bike on the far side, which looks like a man probably gets on and starts to speed off, but it looks like he's dropped something by the back fence, which as you get over and look seems to be like a big thick leather-bound tome, for want of a better word. It's a big book, old, and it's kind of like the pages are fluttering in the breeze that's around. And I think at that point we're going to take a quick break for us. So for you listeners and viewers at home, this will seem like no time at all, but for us we're going to take a quick 5 minutes, and we shall see you again shortly. And welcome back, everyone. It's exciting times. The agents have perhaps injudiciously shot an old lady outside her house who was just minding her own business. They've been skulking around the back, picking up strange bucks. They've been telling the neighbours to get away as they're filmed on their mobile phone cameras, which probably the resolution is not great at 100 metres in the dark, but who knows these days with modern technology. The QAnon sites will be alight feverishly tonight, no doubt. So at the minute, we've got camera around the back. You can see the back door has clearly been broken open and the smashed glass litter about. So someone's been in the house without permission. At the front of the house, Cornwell, you've got Wilson in your car who's bleeding and probably needs medical attention, to be fair. Not that you know it from the way she's acting, because she's banging her head against the window of the car and spitting on the glass and shouting at you. She just seems to be absolutely furious despite her wounds.
Well, for now she's handcuffed and locked in the car. I'm more worried about whatever is happening in the house, so I'm rushing back to the front porch.
Yeah, I'll sort of come back and meet you and like toss you this book, like bingo, break and entering. Right, oh wait, where's Yasmin?
I don't know. Have you been in the house?
Well, there was someone was running away. I chased after them. It was on a dirt bike.
Let's see. How does the front door look like?
Locked.
Knocking, ringing if there is a
no
doorbell.
No response whatsoever.
Yelling?
You
yell and shout. It just caused one or two more neighbours to take an interest now. You've got a little audience on the opposite side of the road.
I'll just gesture and we'll go around the back and go in the broken window. No. It's just been created.
I'm doing the regular routine like Mrs. She's not probably Mrs. Oswald. It's probably his pseudonym.
Well, Oswald was his surname, so.
Mrs. Oswald, Yasmin, can you hear me? We're with the police. Please open the door.
No response.
I'll go around the back and climb through, find the place where this guy ran out.
Yeah, so you smash the window of the back door and then use that to get in and unlock the door, so you can just get through the back door.
I'll go in and say, nothing to worry about. We're just here. So regular business. Are you okay? Are you okay? But like quickly pacing through the house to try and look for her.
There's
likewise.
You both head in. There's a crunch of broken glass underfoot, and it's quite obvious as soon as you start looking through, the place has been ransacked. Like whoever it was has obviously been thoroughly searching the place. There's finger trails through thin layers of dust and a musty smell which sets off any allergies if you've got any, but you get the impression it's not been cleaned for at least a week, so there's a good chance that Yasmin's not been here for a little while at least, or didn't care about cleaning her house. One of the two.
Well, that's good news for us.
She's probably safe. Let's work on that assumption. But she's okay. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get back to the car and get the hell out of here.
Well, I'll just wind you back a little bit. That there is, as you're looking through, you find the basement.
Oh.
Which I assume you're looking out the window to make sure that Wilson's still in the car and that the neighbours haven't got too close and that kind of stuff. But Kamaroff, you find the stairs down, and in the basement, at first blush, it looks like a regular basement where they've got like some of those metal racks with boxes on, and there's Christmas decorations in a box and other stuff like that. But you swiftly realise that behind, it's not even really hidden, but it is just behind a bit of tarpaulin and other things in the way. There's a cage in one corner of the back of the basement. It did have a lock on, but that's been shot off or taken off in some other way. But you suspect gunshots. You can see some ricochet marks on the floor near it and stuff. And there's a bunch of different things in there. There are some other books and tomes that like scattered across the floor that they've been through. There's a weird, oddly like deep black metal box that when you look at it, it looks like a hole in reality almost, like it just sucks your vision and you have to like look away and your eyes refocus. There's a dagger that's got stains on it, which there must be blood, you think, and a few other little bits and pieces, a monkey skull with strange carvings, some crystals in a green velvet lined case, other bits and pieces, but everything's been pushed around. It looks like Oswald didn't just take away the relics and books from that last operation you were on a year ago, but he's been hoarding them for some time from every operation he's been on.
Yeah, I'll just have a look at, I mean, you said there was a knife that looked like it might have some blood on it, and there's a cage. I'll just
all this stuff's within the cage, obviously.
Yeah. I'll just get the gloves on and just
Do you have a spare pair?
quickly do a sort of dust down, do the whatever. I know nothing about forensics, but my character does. So that's what I start doing, CSI stuff.
Yeah, can you make a forensics roll for me? Actually, you'll get some stuff anyway because you've got sufficiently high forensics. But let's see.
Yeah.
Success. Yeah, no problem. You can tell that there's been 3 people, you reckon, from the disturbances of footsteps in the dirt and sizings and so forth. A couple of men. One you presume is the guy you've just seen chased out of the house. Another you presume is Oswald, and then you're pretty sure Yasmin from the lady-sized feet and other markings that were around. The slight smell of perfume that was in the air. Perhaps other bits and pieces that I know nothing about forensics either, so we'll assume that there's other details that you pick up on, which I'd like to know. But it seems like Yasmin's probably spent a lot of time down here as well, and been through stuff. And you start to note things like some of the books have bookmarks in, and not old leather bookmarks, but you know, something out of a magazine or a nail file or other bits and pieces that, like, someone's been reading them recently and going through everything. It looks like it's a great detail.
Maybe Pasky wasn't over paranoid after all, although it looks like Oswald might have been might be to blame originally for this if he's taken all this stuff. It's bad to see one of our own go bad, though. Yeah, if there's anything that looks particularly evidence-like, not that we care too much for evidence, I'll sort of bag it up and take it.
Yeah, you don't know what's evidence or not, but there's a lot of stuff that you probably wouldn't want to leave just lying around for someone else to... Yeah. And
get the most sort of weird-looking books to have a look at later.
Sure.
To try and piece together some of what's going on or what rituals they're trying to do. They think they're doing.
Yeah, you do all that, and you start to head out, and it's when you get back upstairs, both your phones ping when you get back in cell phone range again, having been in a lead-lined basement, and there's missed calls from Pasky.
Let's call him back on the way. Do you want to call him back now?
Yeah, you speak to him. He seemed to get on with you better, like everyone does.
Okay,
you get outside and there's a small crowd around your car, and Wilson, you can see through the glass, is just looking pathetic. Her demeanour's completely changed. She's like head low and tears are flowing down her sad little wrinkled face, and she's blubbering. There's a little snot bubble coming out of her nose, looking like the very image of a pathetic late middle-aged woman who's been shot and badly treated by the police. And there's a crowd of like round looking pretty angry about it. You can see patrol cars coming up the street, with the blues and twos flashing as the red and blue light scatters across. And you go, yeah, Denton's here now. He'll sort this out. Not going to have any messing with these out-of-town people, whoever the hell they are.
How many books do you have on you?
I think I've got them in a gym bag or something. I'm not kind of like just...
Okay.
The spare bags in the basement. You can
when
get
I
off
see
yeah, monkey skull on top.
I stopped for a minute, and they said, like, look at you, and we probably have done it like a couple of times before. I just put your hand around my shoulders.
Yeah.
And start acting as if you're much badly wounded than you actually are.
Yeah.
And we're like, make way, make way. The officer was wounded. Make way.
Yeah.
And hoping that people will like step.
Okay, they don't
make us way.
They don't get in your they don't block your way, but they don't make massive efforts to get out of the way. They make it awkward for you to get to the car, but don't actually they stop short physically stopping you or anything like that. Is there anyone filming? Oh yeah.
I would be like flashing the badge, but really like quickly, so that there would be no it would be not filmed or photographed properly. Just identifying our authority here, and please, sir, ma'am, please stop filming it. The officer has been wounded. There is an operation going. It's a federal investigation. This is a federal abuse if you're filming agents at work. Please step back, go to your houses. There might still be danger in the area.
Okay, I'll let you make a persuade roll. I'm going to give you -20 though, because it's quite exceptional circumstances and there's been gunplay.
It's still a success. I have a wounded officer, wounded special agent with me.
Okay, so someone from the back shouts, "Oh, thank you for your service," and stuff like that. They start to back off, but the cop car.
Please wait in your houses. There probably will be questioning later on. Please just stay at home, stay safe. Don't get involved.
They start to disperse, and the cop car pulls up, the patrol car, and an officer gets out. He looks a bit world weary already, and he sort of heads over in your direction, sees the badge, and says, "What's going on? I got calls. There's been gunfire. There's been civilians shot. There's blood everywhere. Like what the shit? Do I need to get back up?"
Not at this moment, no. Special Agent Cornwell. This is my colleague here, Special Agent Kamaroff. We have reasons to believe that there is one of the residents of the neighborhood, Yasmin Oswald, might be in danger. If you can please leave a car outside to watch after her. There's been a break-in into her house. We cannot get in touch with her. Her husband just recently died in a fire. We have reasons to believe that the perpetrators might wish to harm her as well as a closest relative.
Who's this? Al-Qaeda? And he points at the Wilson in the back of the car.
It's not. She stabbed me there as I point to my thing. You'll find the knife with my blood on it. Very strange. I think she was insensible, officer, to be honest.
Do you know her? She was mumbling about some church, and then she just bluntly attacked us with a knife. We had to do a warning shot, but she didn't react.
Do you realise how much paperwork this is to be?
Oh yes.
That's our deep sigh.
Well, we have to follow the next clue now, but we will come back to your precinct. We will help you with the paperwork, obviously after the perpetrator is caught. Here is my number. I'll leave him a business card.
Sure. Well, fine, I guess. What, you just taking her with you?
No, I think they can take her away. They can arrest her, I think.
That's more paperwork. Like, he acts like the weight of the world's on his shoulders. Well, I'm definitely going to need backup for this. And he starts calling it in on his shoulder radio. Okay, well, I'll assume you can show your badges. You can convince him that you should go. Wilson's transferred into the back of the patrol car.
I make sure that he puts her in detention for at least 24 hours for attacking an officer, and there were a lot of witnesses. I think this is the minimum. So later we can come back and talk to her if we need to.
You definitely tell him all that.
Yeah. While that's going on, I might try and bandage up my leg. That's my immediate concern.
Sure, and make a first aid roll.
Oh, I'm good at that. Like I'm a doctor.
It's almost like you're a doctor. Yeah, get a D4 hit points back.
Yay.
Okay, where's next?
Well, first away from here.
just away, just not here. Okay, as you're leaving the estate, there's an ambulance and another squad car that are going back into the estate in the opposite direction.
Okay, so let's hope the cops will keep Yasmin safe for now. And we need to deal with Pacey.
Pasky.
Pasky. Oh, sorry, Pasky.
That's right. You ringing him?
You ring him. I'll read this book.
I'm always so envy of your ability to read while we're on the go. I
sat in the passenger seat.
never read when we're in a car. I get so nauseated.
Okay, you start to read. Cornwell, you ring Pasky.
Yep.
He picks up more or less straight away, going, "I'm still alive. Are you there? Oh God, I thought they got you. Oh man, you're still alive. Did you get Sykes? Is he dead?"
We're good. He's not dead. He's not haunted. We're following the lead.
They tried to get me again. They tried to. The hotel's on fire. I had to jump in the swimming pool. Jesus, they're out to get us. Like there was someone here. Like,
okay, where are you now?
Tell me you didn't let Sykes go. I'm by the pool. I'm staying by this frickin' water. There's no way I'm going anywhere else. I've got my gun. It's all right. And you could hear some like shouts and other strange noises in the background. The odd siren. Someone screaming.
You know what? You just stay there. We'll come pick you up.
Yeah, good. Yeah. And then the phone goes dead.
Apparently the hotel is on fire. He's
alive.
alive.
He's a maniac.
He's alive. He's conscious. Paranoid, obviously.
It'll be fine. Have I got the gist of this book at all? What it's?
Can you make an Arabic roll for me, please?
An Arabic? Oh, I actually can. That's good.
You speak Arabic?
Only a little. my Duolingo Arabic streak is well out of date, unfortunately.
It seems to be an archaic version, so it's not the modern Arabic that you know, perhaps. But the gist you kind of feel from it is that it's about the fulfillment of wishes. You might even suspect it's something like jinns and afrits and things like that. It's mentioning the correct abasements and appeasements to give to these entities so that they will fulfill your desires. And there seems to be a lot about holding things in your heart and being passionate and holding the true word and that kind of stuff. But as I say, you've only had a quick look through and your Arabic's not as good as it could be. So that's, you've not got any specifics. You do notice at one bit there's several pages have been torn out. And quite roughly, so like it's obvious that they're torn out, if you know what I mean. But it's hard to know what they might have been. Okay, you screech to the Sunshine Hotel. There's a fire truck there. There's no fire at the minute, and you can see that there's the little chain link fence around a swimming pool that no one usually goes in because it's a bit manky. But next to it, there's Pasky, pouncing up and down, pacing up and down rather. He is waving a gun, so he's kind of on his own because other people are staying away. But like everybody you see is kind of like come out to see what's going on, and it looks like his apartment specifically, number 13, has been gutted by fire. But weirdly, it didn't really seem to expand out as you might expect for a lot of wooden buildings all right next to each other or apartments that conjoined. It seems to be a really specific kind of area that's a blackened charcoal mess.
I'm straight away, I mean, you can talk to Pasky. I'm straight away like getting the kit out and going, oh, this looks like a fresh crime scene to me. This is my bread and butter.
Making sure the car is properly locked because we probably left some books in there, and I'm going, yeah.
Okay, yeah. You've got a trunk full of illegal stuff, probably. Okay, so
It's just books. Come on. What harm can come from the books?
and some skills and other things. But let's not dwell on this. I'll do Kamaroff quickly first. You head over to the apartment, and with your various forensics kits you've got, you can quickly see that you have to be a bit careful because there's still probably some hot spots or whatever. But it looks like the fire started at the door, like literally the door burst into flame from what you could tell, and much like the other report, you can see as if it's almost like a pillar of flame kind of like went in and up and down the apartment, because you can see real intense areas where it's just fine ash and then the extra burns around it, and you don't know why the fire stopped all of a sudden, but there's the after effects of it. Everything's blackened and the sprinkler went off and stuff like that, but it seems like the sprinkler wasn't enough to contain it. The heat was too intense, and then all of a sudden wasn't, and the fire didn't expand wider than it should have done. It doesn't seem normal by your estimation.
I will note all this and then go back down and hope that Pasky's been pacified enough by Cornwell that they can deal with him.
Yeah, speaking of which, Pasky's come rushing up, and he sort of realises he's got his gun out at this point, puts it away.
Pasky, the gun.
Yeah, I know, sorry, I forgot. It's just like a comfort thing, you know, it's like a safety blanket.
I know, but people are watching. Get in the car.
But they were here. And he starts blurting some stuff as you're telling him to be quiet as you get to the car.
Yeah.
And, when you've all sat back in the car again,
He probably says that there is tons of blood in the back seat from the old lady.
Yeah, what happened here? Right.
he doesn't seem to know. So he's sort of wet through anyway because he's been in the swimming pool. So like the pair of you are in the front of the car, and then he's on the back seat, and he's like heads poking between the two cushions, like bouncing backwards and forwards, talking to you all. So one care for me. Like, it's a good job I was keeping an eye out. I was keeping an eye out, wasn't I? I was keeping an eye out because I know what they're like. And I saw there's someone out. I got in touch with Yasmin. She answered my call finally, and I told her where I was, and she said like, yeah, she agreed to come and meet me. And then while I was waiting for her, so the cult, they found us. The siblings found us, and I saw someone in the car park, and like this, I could see that they were looking at something, and like on a phone or a tablet, and I could see the light of a face, and then before I knew it, like the door just set on fire next to me, and then there's just fire everywhere, and I had to like just run. I just run.
So you saw the face, right?
No, not really. I just saw us, but there's someone in the car watching me. It's look, I got the plate. I got most of it anyway. And he hands you a scribble of notepaper that he's got on the back of a receipt. He gives you like a car registration.
Okay.
So
can we like
run the plate?
Run the plate, that's what it's called, isn't it? Still professionals here, aren't we? Google it or whatever, yeah. Run the plate.
Yeah, if you hit me with a bureaucracy roll, so you can get like a quite quick turnaround of that. If not, I shall give you the information at a later date.
Well, yeah, obviously I'll go to a different, like, local cops shop than the one we've just antagonised.
Not ring Denton again.
Or maybe I will. Denton doesn't want to help.
Okay, dispatch tells you they're going to run that plate for you, but apparently there've been all these other things going on, and they've just not got time to do it right now.
Okay, Pasky, in case Yasmin calls again, you give me the phone, okay?
Yeah, sure. We're gonna, like, they tried to kill me again. We need to go and sort Sykes out. Let's kill him.
Well, we are now on the go. They could not kill us here, but do not tell anyone, including Yasmin, your location, okay?
Yeah, sure.
We are together. Nobody else needs to know about it.
No. Need
The
to know.
police will look after Yasmin. We talked with them. Their car is there near her house.
Oh, thank
She'll
God.
be fine. She'll be fine. Yeah, we took care of it.
Like, but what about the cult? Why didn't you kill Sykes? Like, he's tried to kill me. Obviously, it must be Sykes.
Have you heard anything about Mills?
Mills. That's maybe.
I think he's in charge of the cult now.
Oh, Mills, yeah. No, he was one of the original members, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. And apparently he took over.
Ah, that makes sense. Where can he be, though? How are we going to find him?
Well, you tell me. You've been running the case.
Well, Sykes must know. Let's go torture him.
Sykes said he was at a bar. Sykes said he was at a bar somewhere.
I mean, there's the double down, but the
double down bar. Yeah, that's what he said.
That's where they can't be that sick, can they? That's where Malik and Oswald died. Like, surely they're not like set up camp there. What kind of twisted bastards would do that?
Let's go to the bar. And yeah, just be careful if Yasmin gets in touch with it, like let us know. Don't like.
I'm coming with you, surely.
Yeah. Just Yasmin might. I think Yasmin will be okay one way or another, but yeah, just be careful.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll text her now.
No.
Shall I tell her?
Maybe don't. No, don't be in touch with her.
Oh, I'm worried.
On that hand, maybe we should text her, ask, where exactly she is. Maybe we can come pick her up. I'm looking at Kamaroff.
I think she might be. She might be in the place we're going somehow, based on what we found. I think we'll run into her. Let's scope out this bar first, anyway, and then see if we need to try and get her set up.
Okay. I'll need to navigate. Oh, my phone's dead. Can I use yours, Pasky? For the Google Maps,
Oh, yeah, sure.
He doesn't
Yeah.
text her despite our advice.
Yeah, he happily hands his phone over.
I like it. 25 browser windows open. Various ridiculous things. QAnon websites.
Hey, Doc, do you think you might have some meds to maybe help Husky sober him up?
Oh yeah, I've got just the thing for you, Pasky. This will keep you sharp and alert if it comes to anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You need to be on it like we used to do in the service. Just little some uppers to keep you on edge.
Yeah, he puts his hand out over the seat.
Shaking. The same bottle of pills we got earlier. There you go.
These keep me alert, yeah?
Yeah.
How many?
You've been drinking a bit, right?
Like 6 or 8?
Maybe start. No. I'll put them. I'll tap them out to him. I'll give him. Yeah.
Okay. He knocks them back. Says, "Oh yeah. I can feel it working. Yeah. And by the time you got to East Detroit Street, there's loudly snoring on the back seat. But you found yourselves in a distinctly blue collar area. The blackened shell of the Double Down bar waits. It's on the corner of East Detroit in North Nevada, and it's opposite a soccer pitch, you imagine, for kids or something based on the size of it. But apart from that, there's little else to recommend the area. The windswept streets have like dust whorls going across, and there's a faint smell of burning trash as you get out of the car, and the sudden cry of a dog, a hyena. Well, not hyena, coyote is probably what I meant to say. Something like that, something animalistic anyway, cries out, which makes you jump a little bit, but you look around, there's no one to see, and it's now probably sort of like you're looking at midnight or 11 o'clock, that kind of time of night. There's police tape flapping over the entrance to the Double Down bar, and it used to have like big windows in the front, but they're obviously gone, and the doorway's burned out as well, and you can just see the blackened bar within with twisted plastic tables, and the shape of the bar and other features vaguely visible.
Okay, can we just do a sort of circle around, scope it out, see if there's any signs that there is anyone inside it?
Before you do that, I would ask you to leave your burner phone with a passkey, and I'm taking his in case Yasmin calls again. But I don't want to leave him without any means to contact us.
Yeah. I'll put.
And I gave my burner phone number to the site.
I'll write phone juggling and swap SIM cards and stuff and work it all.
Yeah.
And putting stickers on the back so he knows whose phone is.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's on a corner, as I mentioned, this bar. There's a side alley with a backyard that's got some of those like aluminium beer barrels in them. There's a back door on it that looks like it's been reinstated. So whereas the rest of the shell's obviously burned, it looks like someone's put a door on the back, if you know what I mean. And there's a dirt bike propped up in the back alley.
Familiar looking dirt bike.
Very familiar looking.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go round. I think this is them, isn't it?
Looks like.
Do we just go in? This is probably where we need to be, isn't it? Let's not.
We
We've
don't
come
know
this far.
We don't know how many of them there are. If they have this wildfire magic. So Pascal said that they were reading something from a tablet and then the door was set afire so they can cast some fire at a distance. We don't want to be in the middle of that.
They're not going to burn down their own place, though, are they?
But then it's... I don't know.
Let's pad up to this door and see if we can, like, is someone behind it? Is someone just try and get a bit more? Is this is this relying on it being hidden to being, or is there like someone on the door watching out all the time?
Okay.
Yeah, you can't see anybody. It looks like the door's secured. So you'd expect from the wreck of the building that it would, like, if it was just propped up there or whatever, like, it should be easy. But it looks like someone's done a proper joiner's job. You can see fresh wood in the frame, and it's there is a keyhole and a lock, probably like a Yale lock on it. So yeah, it required proper effort to get into it if you wanted to, for example.
And this is the only access point we found, right?
From the back, yeah, there is still. You can just walk straight in the front of the building because there's just a bit of police tape that's securing that.
I don't think we care about the police tape. If we can walk around and check if there are any other access.
Yeah, and we've got a legitimate reason to be there, haven't we?
Yep.
So, crime investigating. Yeah.
Okay. Just
wander in, see if there's the way in.
You head in the front of the building, and you immediately start to kick up ash and dust. And there's all kind of black silvery motes in the air, and hits the back of your throat a little bit. There's the acrid stench of burned plastic. You can almost feel the carcinogens in your lungs as you walk through, and there's broken glass and bits that you crunch across. There's a wide open area. There's some restrooms to the right. Ahead of you, there's a bar that used to have some glass behind it, but now it's all warped and melted, and all the bottles are shattered and burned. And there's like a staff-only door that's kind of half hanging off, but a corridor that obviously leads to the back offices behind.
Staff only.
Yeah, you can just see like the outline of staff only, if you know what I mean, because it's blackened, but the different coloured paint meant that it burns slightly differently.
I'll start padding down that corridor towards the back office. I think there's nothing obvious here.
I follow, covering you, probably already.
Yeah, I think we've got guns out, haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to make a alertness roll for me?
Yeah. I'll pass one of these.
If I keep asking you to make one, sooner or later you'll get one, right?
No,
right, not
today. For me. Yeah.
Can I also make one?
Yes, yeah. No, I insist that you make one.
Go team! That's why we're partners.
That's why you're partners, indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, so camera view was first, right?
Yeah.
So as you there's a just horrible screeching noises, like this twisted metal hinge that the door's on makes as you pull it. So it's obvious that you're here for anybody that's on the inside. As you head through, there's some offices on the left, and maybe storeroom or something on the right, you think. And out of the offices, a figure appears, holding a gun and pointing it right at you, and says, "Bad move." Unfortunately for you, the shot goes wide, but you both hear it crack out, and you feel the fizz of the bullet by the side of your head.
Wow.
Unfortunately for you as well, Cornwell, out of the restrooms behind you, you notice the figure of Wilson with the knife in hand. Yeah.
Again.
A knife.
And she's just driving it at your face, and unfortunately for you, that door that's on just one hinge just gets in the way a little bit, and there's a thud of metal on wood as it clangs off there and doesn't go into your back. Okay.
That crazy woman.
Yeah, I know, right? So we're going to go in dexterity order from now on, so Kamaroff, you get to ask first.
Oh wow, so good at. Yeah, this guy who's just shot at me, I sort of duck down into whatever cover I can find, or just hit the deck.
There isn't any. You can go prone if you want. You can hit the deck.
How far away is he from me?
He's only about 5 meters. He's quite close.
Okay, well, he's just shot and missed me.
You're amazed he missed you, frankly.
Yeah, I'm just going to run up and try and tackle him and get him to the ground.
Sure. Do you want to make an unarmed strike for me?
Yeah, may revise that. No.
You can if you want.
Actually, no, I might shoot it. No, I'm equally poor at both of those. I will, yeah, try and take them to the ground. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, fair enough. You've so the minute you've grabbed him and you kind of like holding his gun hand, so that's waving around in the air, and the shot goes off into the ceiling.
Yeah, try and, yeah.
So you're keeping him pinned is basically what you do there. Right then, Cornwell, do you want to fight back, dodge, or just let Wilson hit you so you can have your own action?
I want to fight back.
Okay, do you want to make your unarmed attack or a shot if you're shooting? Or she's trying to stab you.
Once again, do I roll unarmed?
If you're going to fight back, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I bet it's an opposed roll to see who does best.
I have a success.
So does she, and she rolled exactly the same as you do. So at the minute you've like grabbed hold of her hand as well as like this knife's kind of a couple of inches from your eye as she's trying to stab you and you're holding on to her. And let's have a look. Now she fails to free herself, so she's cursing and spitting at you. But you think possibly the wound that you gave her earlier is like slowing her down a little bit?
I should hope so.
Oh, let's have a look. Now he struggles as well. Yeah, the guy's might as well reveal it's Mills that you've got hold of, tries to free himself from your grip but doesn't quite manage it. So now he's just like pulling that gun, like trying to aim it towards your head, and the shot goes off and you feel your hairs part on the top of your head. What do you wish to do?
I'm going to try and wrestle that gun off him, I think.
Try and disarm him.
Yeah. With unarmed combat, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You tear that gun off him. And he's just, you think he's about to say something like, "You're never going to take me alive," when his gun's removed from him, and he's like, "You never get away with this." He sort of like revises it part way through. Wilson fails to free herself from your grip as well. Cornwell, what do you wish to do?
I want to go into a little bit of mechanical details. If I'm gonna shoot her now, will I have a bonus for close distance? Because I'm literally holding her.
Well, the thing is, you're not holding her and she's still. She's struggling quite a lot, so as you try to get a bead and concentrate, she's also trying to like stab you or kick you and all the rest of it. So I think it cancels out that you are close, but she's struggling quite a lot.
Fair enough. But then I will continue using my unarmed combat to make her drop the weapon.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, and this is a fumble.
Okay, so not only do you not do that, but she manages to free her hand. And it's as you were trying to like pull your gun out and got stuck between the two and couldn't work out what to do. She's like slashed at you and like cut the leather strap on your gun. And you hear it clatter onto the ground at your feet. And now she's kind of like advancing upon you with this knife. With a little grin in the darkness. Okay, back to Kamaroff. What are you doing?
I kind of, presumably I'm aware of what's happening behind me.
Yeah.
I kind of need to get deal with Mills or something, like get cuffs on him or something, somehow with these two guns in my hand. So I can turn back to shoot Wilson again, presumably. Is there a way I can sort of deal with him without just shooting him dead?
Yeah, so, well, it's various approaches you can try. You can try shooting him dead. You could try to intimidate him, but you're aware that he seems quite fanatical, so that might not go as well as you think. You can
feel like Wilson. It's not going to work, is it? Yeah. You
can go for an unarmed combat gun if you wanted to, like, clap one half of a cuff around his wrist and another to a radiator or something to try and keep him in one place. That'd be a way of doing that.
I'll try that, because that'll also be more amusing if it fails. As I said.
Okay, so you get a cuff on him, but you don't manage to get the other side onto the radiator. He actually got quite a good success, so he's broken free of your grasp now as well. So he heads back into the office, and from the doorway you can see there's like a big murder board on the wall, like a big court board with loads of like the red string pictures. You definitely see Paskey's up there, Yasmin, Oswald, like and a bunch of other stuff as well, but you don't really have time to register it all. And he's run over and grabbed a crowbar and sort of like pacing back towards you, swinging that. Okay, Cornwell, Wilson's going to try and stab you in the guts with a knife. Do you want to dodge? Do you want to fight back? Or do you want to try something else?
I'm going to fight back.
Okay.
Because it turned out so well for me before.
Yeah, I can't imagine it going wrong again. So, as it's a critical, if you want to disarm her, I'll say you can do that.
Yes, I very much want to disarm her.
Yeah, I mean, she made a success, so the knife was really going for your stomach. There was no two ways about it. But thankfully, due to your knife defense training you did at Langley, or wherever, you managed to sidestep that, give a twist to the wrist, and this knife drops to the floor, skittering next to your gun in the ashes on the floor somewhere. And she cries out in anguish.
Okay, did I just disarm her, or do I have a hold of her? No.
I presume you still got hold of her wrist or something like that, so she's not going to run off or what.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, Kamaroff, you've got a Mills with an iron bar or crowbar or something, some bit of metal, and he's coming rushing at you with that, and he's just in the darkness of the office with hardly any light. You can just see the whites of his eyes and his gleaming teeth.
I mean, he's tried to shoot me twice. So I'm going to shoot him.
Okay.
I think it's fair dues, that.
I'm not here to judge. We're in America, so you can do what you want, I think.
Yeah. Right, yeah, I'll try shooting. Yes, success.
Do you want to hit that damage button for us?
A whole 1 damage.
Okay, you just wing him. Do you want to make a luck roll for me as well? So you want to get over 50?
Yeah.
You do, yeah, okay, so you just nick his arm and it's enough. It's almost like you aim to shoot the crowbar out of his hands. It's enough to like loses the grip on it.
Yeah.
And he just stares at you in disbelief, like coming to a halt, like you can't actually believe you've made that shot.
Yeah. I'll just shout, it's over, Mills, it's over.
And yeah, he just stares out with his hands up. Back outside, Wilson's cursing and spitting at you. Saying, you ugly, ugly woman. You're going to die alone. Everybody hates you. And she's just coming up with all these crazy insults. And like she doesn't seem to have like a rational approach to what's occurring around her.
Can I knock her off?
You want to knock her over, was that?
Yep. Can I?
Sure. Yeah, okay. I don't think we need to roll anyone else. You've got command of the situation. You just knock her to the ground.
Yep. She does not look like someone who will give us some meaningful responses for now. So
yeah, and she kind of winces as she lands, and you notice that the wound that she has on the shoulders was patched up to some degree, but you think she's opened it back up again, as you can see a red stain leaking through the gauze, and what probably like ripped her stitches or something.
I'll probably use whatever remains from my holsters as a improvised rope to tie her up, because I don't have my handcuffs anymore. I use them on her.
Yeah. I'll assume that all that happens.
We'll bill her for those later. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll kind of be going to Mills like, where's Yasmin? Where's Yasmin? Like trying to hold her back and see what's going on in the room behind it.
He's got. I don't know what the she witch is. I'm after her. I thought you knew where she was.
Oh, but you don't know where she is. All right, that's okay. Yeah.
We have to find her. There's something wrong with her. She's not right. She has things that are dangerous. Listen. He's like edging his way towards you. It's like, we're on the same team here, right? We need to find where she is.
I very much doubt we are. Stay back.
Slows his pace, but still edging very slightly towards you. Look, there's some dangerous stuff she has in her possession. If we don't get it off her, there'll be consequences.
What is it? What does it have?
You wouldn't understand.
Well, I need to know what it is to be able to find it.
There's powers beyond this world.
You...
There are angels that can help us, but if they're not treated correctly, they can also destroy us. I'm the only one who understands. Me, I understand. No one else. Come, let me help you. And his demeanour changes completely as he starts to shuffle a bit further faster towards.
I've read the book. I understand. It's like you. It's trickery. It's people dead. You've burnt buildings down. It's like the cult. It's just like the cult. Were you there? Were you there last year? Were you there a year ago in the warehouse?
And instantly flips back again. You see the rage in his eyes. You! I knew that face. Murderer. Infidel. And they leaps towards you with both hands to try and clamp them around your throat. What do you wish to do?
I'll shoot him.
Okay, go for it.
Please. Oh, yeah? Yeah. There's a warning shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't take him down, but it's enough to stop him in his tracks as he like falls backwards. Because you don't know what you're messing with. He like holds his chest. This will be the end. We're going to get our vengeance. We'll get back what it ours. The siblings will rise. And from the other room, yeah, the siblings will rise! From Wilson in his strained voice.
I thought that was someone else. I was like, God. Asky, come on, wake up. Yeah.
Cornwell, your phone starts ringing.
Pick it up. Cornwell?
Where's Pasky? Where's Pasky? We have to meet. I'm in danger. It's a woman's voice.
Yasmin, is that you? I think he was about to. Yasmin, it is you, right?
Yes.
Listen, you might be in danger. You might be in danger. I think he wanted to check out in your house. Tell me where you are. I'll come pick you up. I'm a friend.
I'm at the Green Inn, room 137.
Okay, you just stay there, but be careful. There are some bad people after you.
I know.
I'll explain it. It's because of your husbands. But just keep safe. Are you alone there?
Yes. You bring in Pasky though, right?
Yeah, I'll just
I need
I'll
to see
grab him.
Pasky.
Yeah, we'll be there. Just keep safe, and we'll be there as soon as we can.
Thank goodness. And the phone goes dead.
I look at Kamaroff.
Mills looks at you saying, "Who was that? Was that her?"
No, nobody. It doesn't matter. I'll sort of scan the room while we're there. While that's there, I'll try and just get a vision. This corkboard of targets and stuff. Like,
yeah, you can see Sykes is on there. It looks like, yeah, you don't need to make a roll for it. You've got time. You have to keep one eye on Mills because he keeps looking around for things to stab you with or throw at you or otherwise assault you. But you've got a gun on him, so he's just fuming for now. Yeah, there's definitely, as far as you can tell, only 3 people in this cult right now, and one of them is Sykes, who isn't really in this cult. Right?
doesn't want to be in that cult.
But as far as Mills is concerned, he's in this one.
Okay, so what do we do? What's your call? We cannot leave them just here. We cannot take them with us. And the police is like, I mean, I asked to hold this crazy old witch for like 24 hours and they failed to do that.
Too much paperwork.
Yeah, we need to make the site secure somehow. I mean, they are like they're a bad demon summoning cult, aren't they? As far as we know.
They are.
So we should probably take some action.
She's waiting, you know.
Well, let's go. We can pick up these guys later. Let's go see her.
You want to just leave them here?
We can call it in.
How big is your trunk?
An excellent idea. Pascal can take care of this guy, can't he?
Oh.
Yeah. Can we try and cuff this guy maybe, and then we'll take him with us.
So and Wilson, you struggle with like all the kit that you've got from the basement. Pasky, Wilson, Mills, you two, like you stretching.
I'm less keen on Wilson.
Another idea. Do you still have your magical pills?
Oh yeah, sorry, I could use them.
They cannot run away if they're like asleep.
Yeah. Let's sedate. Like, if I can sedate these people somehow.
Right. Well, we shall
momentarily.
We'll assume you do that then.
Some way. Yeah. Because the chaos of having them and Pasky in the same place is probably not a great idea, is it? Yeah.
Okay. In the burnt out wreckage of the Double Down bar, you leave the unconscious forms of Wilson and Mills improvisationally tied up.
Yeah.
and assume everything will be okay. From the notes and stuff, as a brief look, because she wants to go anyway. It definitely looks like Mills has been trying to track down where the cult artifacts went to. There's lots of stuff about Eric, sites, books, authors, that kind of stuff. He's tied that into other kind of conspiracy theories as well. And there's clearly been a look for the people who destroyed his cult some time ago. So there's even like blurry pictures of you that like you recognise it's you, but like to someone else probably couldn't tell who it was and stuff. But, yeah.
On the way to the car, I just share with Kamaroff that Yasmin called on Pascal's phone.
Let's go find her. I think both people might be right. I think she might be really dangerous too.
She is, and she really wants to get to him. She told me she told him she's in danger, and she double checked like several times if I'm bringing him with me. I said I did. Yeah, but we need to be careful. We really need to be careful with her.
Yeah, I mean, let's bring in a wake pasty with us this time. Maybe I think we might need three pairs of hands.
She's after him. I mean, well, yeah. Let's see.
Yeah,
let's go.
Well,
okay.
Yeah,
we smash cuts to the Green Inn in the car park. It's kind of out of town. It's down the interstate a little bit, but still fairly close by. Plenty of cars in the car park. You can park up. It's a 6-story hotel. She's on the first floor, you presume, or 137. You've given Pasky some uppers, and he's busy profusely apologising for falling asleep. Doesn't know what happened. But he's just
you've had a long day.
It's all the stress, and I've just not slept for so long.
You're doing so well. Yeah.
So what's the plan? Like, we need to keep a separate. What if we were followed? And he immediately like spins around the back seat, starts staring at the back of the car to make sure that there's no one else following.
We weren't followed. We've managed to identify every member of the cult.
What, all of them?
All of them. Yeah, all of them. Imagine that.
Oh,
good
work.
Track them all down.
Yeah, we're going to put an end to them, right? It ends this time.
Yeah, we're just going to see Yasmin now, and then we'll get it sorted.
Yeah, good. And he double checks his gun, works the slide a couple of times, and says, "Right, let's go."
Cool.
I'm driving and probably trying to somehow sneaky ask Kamaroff, are we telling him? Are we taking him with us?
Yeah, let's take him with us.
Or are we telling him?
I think we maybe have to, don't we?
Well, yeah, but if we are, it's better we do it beforehand.
Maybe, yeah, I think you'd see that.
So, yeah, we're probably like shushing at one another while driving, and then when I park, it's like, listen, Pascal, like, we managed to identify the cult, and I have some bad news for you. Yasmin, they got to her. They had her brainwashed, and she's with them now. She wants to restore the cult. I think she's responsible for Oswald's and Malik's death.
No. That can't.
You do know these two had a thing going between them. I mean, I noticed in one evening. You should have known.
They were just friendly. They were just,
You know they were not just friendly. You saw how they communicated. Yasmin, she's not a fool. She saw it too. Probably got jealous. Wanted her revenge. Got into some business she was not supposed to. There was a bunch of like weird shit books in her basement and daggers and crystals and whatnot.
Look.
You've just been asleep on them, in fact.
I mean, think about it. You tell her where you are, and immediately someone comes and sets your suit on fire.
Oh God! Look, I've got to get her side of the story.
I mean, it's really tough to hear, but you have to be prepared. She's really good.
Yeah,
she wants to lure you. She specifically asked about you. She wants to harm you, man.
No, she wants me to protect her. That's what it is.
No, she's not.
Look, I need to speak to her, and
we will speak to her,
out
but
of the car.
Yeah, we'll speak to her. Don't worry.
Okay,
it's fine.
You all rush across to the hotel, and there's a rather awkward elevator ride up one floor. Pasky's tapping his feet and kind of like sort of sideways looking at you two look at each other. And as the lift doors open, he rushes down to the door. Like, are you going to keep pace with him? Because he seems to like run down there.
Yeah.
Okay, you run with him.
I actually want to put hand on his shoulder, trying to slow him down and say, okay, we'll talk to her, but you've got to prepare that she might attack you, so don't rush.
No, she won't attack me.
Okay, just in case, to be prepared. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to talk, but don't do anything stupid.
No. And he rushed up and started like slamming on the door, going, "It's me, Yasmin. It's me. Don't worry, it's me." And you hear the voice from the side saying, "It's open. Come in."
I want to try to put myself in between him and her in the room, so I will be trying to open the door and walk in first.
Okay, you open the door and walk in. It looks like it's a junior suite, so there's a bathroom to one side with the doors just slightly ajar with you can hear the extractor fan on and the light on. It opens out into a sitting area, and there's a bedroom further in. And you're not quite sure where she is as you enter in, but walking into the main room, all of a sudden, you just feel a blast of hot air, and a thin lance of fire shoots up, almost right behind you, and then starts to expand outwards in a column of just roaring heat and flame. And as you spin around to look at it, Pasky stood back. You're on the other side of it as well, Kamaroff, and you think you can see the face of Dr. Hilary Foster in it, screaming in anguish. Cornwell, as you look, you could swear you can see the face of the cult leader screaming and shouting at you, and Pasky's got his own demons. Can you all make a sanity roll for me, please?
No, I can't.
Okay, if you fail, you can lose 3 sanity. If you pass, just lose 1. Pasky, you can see, looks like he's about to freak out. He's having his own problems.
I can't imagine his sanity's massive.
It's not
at
large.
the moment.
It is not.
Based on what we've seen,
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how my roleplay's going, but he's not got a lot of sanity. Bless him. Okay, so a column of flame has just erupted, and it's melting the tiles in the roof and burning the carpet, but not expanding out as you would expect. It's unnatural fire, and it has these screaming faces that you instantly recognise within them. Kamaroff, you're the first to act. What do you want to do?
I want to try and get past it to try and find Yasmin. If I can get around the column of flame.
It's going to be something like, you can go for athletics, or if dodge is better for you, you can try that.
They're both the same. So, yeah, athletics, yeah.
Okay.
Nice roll.
Yeah.
So you dart past into the living room area and can then look into the bedroom and note that she's not there, or not immediately there anyway as you look, unless she's hiding under the bed or in the wardrobe or something like that. How about you, Cornwell?
Yeah, likewise. I want to try to get inside of the room and check out there is another room, right? There is a bedroom and...
Yeah, so there's a corridor with the bathroom to one side, and then it opens out into a living room, and there's a door off there that leads into the bedroom at the back.
Ah, okay.
Or
so
probably
and I'm sure
two bedrooms, you would think, when you get down there, but yeah.
So in case I see another door, I'll go check this premises.
Be a bedroom either side of the living room. That makes more sense than yes. You check the others. There's no one immediately there, or they can tell someone's been sleeping in there. The duvet and stuff and cushions, the pillows are disturbed.
I'm yelling out, Yasmin.
You yell out, and there's just a tinkling laugh that seems to come back from towards the door, maybe in the bathroom, and the pillar of flame seems to come directly at you. Do you want to make a dodge roll for me?
I sure do. It's a success.
Okay, you managed to back off fast enough, but it's coming across. The fabric of the sofa bursts into flame. The glass coffee table melts and bubbles and pops, shattering at one end. and the TV screen starts to melt on the wall and drip down in a horrifying fashion as this flame sort of pinning you in towards the back wall. Pasky is just like screaming. He's just stood there. He's like holding the burns on his face from where he was burned that time a year ago, and seems to have gone into like some kind of catatonic state almost. Kamaroff, what do you do?
We said try and get to the bathroom, I think is how I'll try and get it, because we heard some voices there, and there's water in there, which might be useful.
Yeah. So again, it's athletics a dodge to try and get past this pillar, which seems to.
No.
Okay, 6 damage. This flaming pillar seems to expand and come towards you, and it engulfs your left arm, setting it on fire. So your seat jacket's burning now, and you can feel the bubbles and blisters on your flesh. Can you make another sanity roll for me, please?
Yes.
Okay, you're somehow all right with this for now.
Did I see it?
Oh, you see this happen?
Do I need to also roll for sanity? He's my buddy.
Yeah, of course. He's your only partner, right?
Yep. It's a failure.
It's okay. Cracky. 4 points of sanity loss. If either of you hit your breaking points, do let me know.
Oh, I will. It's not. I'm 3 sanity points away from breaking.
Excellent stuff. And you get to act, so you can see this flame's now set off the sprinkler system, but the water landing on it seems to. It's almost like it recoils from the water of the thing, but it seems to be growing in intensity as well. More faces are appearing in the flame that scream out, and there's a hiss of steam, almost as if the power of the flame itself is causing the water to turn to steam before it hits the pillar.
I rush to the bathroom too.
Okay, it
Dodge?
starts to move around again to try and stop you, so either athletics or dodge to get there unharmed.
I told you we're a team here. We're rolling simultaneously.
Okay, you take 3 damage. You're not quite burned as badly as your partner, but it's enough that you have to just stop running in that direction because the flames get too hot.
I'm continuing yelling like, Yasmin, I don't remember if I mentioned I did pull my gun out. Or I'm pulling it out now.
So you've turned into Pasky now, you've just got your gun in your hand, you don't even remember doing it.
Like, Yasmin, we need to talk. Come on. We can figure it out.
You helped him go into the arms of that slut. You're all to blame. I'll have my revenge. You're all to blame. Kamaroff.
I'm going to try and just try and get into the bathroom to get to her. In fact, no, I'll shout out while I'm trying to do this. And like, it wasn't us. We weren't even on the mission. We got called in. We weren't even there. We'd never met them before. That's what I'm trying to say.
You do that.
Would you like me to roll athletics? To try and pass
Yes, please. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Okay. 5 damage.
What happens when you run out of hit points?
Then you are unconscious / dead.
I think you're unconscious.
That has happened. That has happened. Yeah.
You're unconscious.
It wasn't hypothetical.
If you reach 0, but if you go below, it's like death.
Well, you can't go below 0, and at 0 you're technically dead unless the handler decides otherwise. So I may allow things like first aid or stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
So
I fall over then.
Yeah, you try and force your way through, but it's just too much, and you pass on. Cornwell, you see this? What do you want to do?
I just see that he falls. Obviously, I believe that he is just unconscious, so I wanna rush to him and try to pull him out of here. And I'll continue yelling like, we just met him one time. I have no idea what's going on here. Just stop it. We can figure it out. And I'm trying to pull Kamaroff.
Okay, do you want to make a persuade at -40?
Sorry, what was it? Persuade?
Persuade roll at -40.
-40. Yay, fun.
Yeah.
It is failure.
Yeah, as you might expect. Okay, Guy, I'll let you take the role of Pasky if you wish. He comes to his senses at this point. So it's up to you how you play this. But Pasky's probably realising that Yasmin's not out to help him right now.
Somehow it's good to its senses.
Having seen this agent burning to a crisp in front of him and hearing responses to what's being said, what do you think Pasky would do in this instance?
I think he's like, no, you're worse than him. You can't do it. And he's going, I think probably, I mean, he's got his gun out and stuff. I'm not sure if I don't think he's really sensible enough to know a way of dealing with this other than just like barreling through, trying to get to her.
Yeah, well, from where he is, he's actually got free reign because the flame's been trying to keep you pinned in. So he bursts into the bathroom and there's a full bath brimming, like overflowing even, which Yasmin's in. She's got an iPad that's kind of lighting up the room a little bit, as well as the light, with strange writing on that perhaps Kamaroff would recognise as Arabic, but to Pasky's eyes, it's just these weird squiggles that he doesn't know what it is. And she's muttering under her breath as she keeps looking back to it. And you can see that she's got the mirrors set up in the bathroom so she can kind of see out into the corridor.
Yeah.
And it's you know, again, someone more sensible than Pasky might note that there's full-length mirrors in the room as well, so she's positioned them so you can see the whole room.
Yeah, I mean, Pasky's going to like just tackle her, I think, try and get the iPad in a bath. Just stop her.
I think,
and probably get into the water so that he's not like burning as well. Would be his other thing.
Yeah. Well, we've not got a character sheet for him, but I reckon we just do this as a luck roll. So
yeah, definitely.
Percentage. Yes, that is okay. You slap the iPad out of her hand into the water, and we're going to assume that 2017 iPads aren't waterproof for the purposes of the game. And certainly she can't read off it. So Pasky's wrestling within the room. Okay, Cornwell outside. You've dragged Kamaroff's smoking corpse body, still living form. Who knows right now? You haven't got time to think about that. Into the corridor. What do you wish to do now?
Do I understand that he's gone?
Not unless you're taking time to check in properly and all the rest of it. You can hear a struggle going on in the bathroom inside. The flames seems to be receding a little bit now.
I'll check on Kamaroff. If I realize that he's dead, then I'll probably do something else. But until then...
You can make a first aid roll if you want.
Oh, I'd love to.
Which isn't as good
basic
as his first aid, unfortunately.
I'm really good at first aid.
No, unfortunately, he's beyond saving.
Do I get to roll for sanity, or do I just lose some?
Yeah, I'll let you roll. You should have a sanity roll for that. It might be that it comes and hits you later. You just don't fully recognise it. Yeah, okay. So just lose one for now.
Okay. Well, since it is a success, no. Sorry. I'm pulling my gun out. I'm like, I'm probably crying. I'm all like dirty from all of the stuff we've been through and from like the full-scale fire around. My used to be white jacket is now like dirty and almost black, and I'm pulling out the gun. I'm going back in. I don't care about the fire anymore, so might get some burns and stuff. And you can see how like tears are pouring out of my eyes, leaving the lighter roads. On the dirty skin. I'm just marching back to the bathroom with the intent to shoot the fuck whoever I see first, even if it's Pasky, because he is the one who dragged us into it and who refused to believe us and who got my partner killed.
Quite well. Conscious of the time, I think I'm going to wrap this up for us here. You pull the trigger, the camera pulls out of the bathroom, and you see the flash of gunfire, and the fire disappears outside in the main room, although the blackened bits remain. And then it's a year later, and we can see a car driving past, and just as it goes past the camera, we see that there's Cornwell with her new partner Pasky on the way to another night at the opera. But that's where we'll leave it. That ends the session. So, thanks for playing, guys. It's been good. Thank you, everybody at home, for watching. I hope you like that. That was a condensed version. I may have gone slightly over my 2 hours. I'll have to see in the edit. Guy would pleased, because he's done that before, and I've so far managed not to, so you never know. But if you liked what you saw, please do like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, and check out all the other stuff. We've got Odyssey Aquatica, we've got some Facing coming up, we've got 13th Age, we've got Starforge, we've got all manner of things. So if you like our games, please do like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to check out What Would the Smart Party Do podcast, the Burn After Running blog, and the Idea Roll YouTube channel. Until next time, dear watchers, goodbye.